Hi, I'm Mike, and you're watching Spiritual Combat. And the title of today's show is The World's Lack of Relationship Understanding. And the reason I did this video, I came across, I guess Jay-Z dropped this new album, and I guess, you know, I don't know what it is, some type of promotional thing where they're interviewing different celebrities about their relationship understanding and everything. So I'm gonna just play a little bit of the video. I'm gonna talk about it, and I put it on here because it's the celebrities, but they're saying all the typical stuff you always hear about relationships. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know how much of this we're gonna get through, but I'm gonna just go through it. I'll stop the video here and there, and I'll break it down where they're off at, and because they're just way off, but they're just saying the cliche, typical stuff you always hear about relationships, and so it's just a good way to kind of get some of this stuff out because it's all in one place, and just kind of go through the typical relationship understandings and show why it's false and why it won't work. You know what I'm saying? All right. So there's the first one who talks is Chris Rock. So we'll get it going.
No, this is everybody wants to be needed on some level.
I feel like women often feel like you're a man, and it's just like, okay, so does that mean we don't have emotions?
People see your family, they see Instagram pictures of you smiling and happy and stuff all the time. They don't think you got real issues. You know what I mean? I don't think you have to sleep back to back, like climbing in the bed and you like look over there and you got that back roll though. That's the worst feeling in the world.
What I thought was when I met my dad was, oh, I'm free to love now. But it's like, okay, yeah, but how are you going to do it? You want to do it. I get it. And now how are you going to do it? You've never done this before. No one informs you how to do this. You don't even have the tools to do it. Oh, no, but I'm going to do it because I'm ready. And that's why I say, you mature faster than me. I wasn't ready. Like all these things are, again, this is my real life. I just ran into this place and we built this big, beautiful mansion of a relationship. You know what I mean? That wasn't totally built on the 100% truth. And then it started cracking, and then things start happening that the public can see. You know what I'm saying? And then we had to go to a point and be like, okay, tear this down. And let's start from the beginning. And it's hard. Remember, we just talked about me. I'm from Marcy Projects, and we shot at all kind of. Nothing's harder than this. By far, I'm telling you, it's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Okay, and let me say this now, and I'm not saying these people they're sincere. You know what I'm saying? I think they're sincere what they're saying. Talking about these relationships, but also, like Jay-Z, his whole religion is money, man, chasing money. And in order for a relationship to be what it was, hold on one sec. Okay. In order for a relationship to be what God intended them to be, which is to benefit you, to benefit the woman and to benefit the man, and to make their lives easier. In order for it to be that like that, you need to be in order with the word. You know what I'm saying? If you caught up in this world system, it's just going to be a mess. Now, it might get good for a little while, but then it's just going to turn to a hot mess again. You know what I'm saying? And he says the hardest thing in the world, and relationships today, you say, oh, the relationship's going to make your life easier. That's a joke. Isn't that funny? But that's how Satan's turned God's system upside down, man. Turned it perfectly upside down. You know, because when you're in order with the word, when a woman is in her biblical role and position, and when the man's in his biblical role and position, makes your life easier. It's like a spiral benefit up. It goes up. You know, that's a joke to people who aren't in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Their relationships are just argument after argument, disaster. The lives aren't getting easier, just more stress. You know, like he said, the hardest thing in the whole world. And he said from the projects. Well, he ain't in order. You know, your wife out there dancing like a stripper, and you out there poisoning our race with some of the stuff you saying. You know, so y'all not in truth. Y'all chasing money. Y'all chasing after, y'all in Satan's system, chasing after his, you know, carrots that he's dangling in front of you. It's gonna get tough. Might get easy here and there, but it's gonna stay tough. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's listen to a little more.
And most people, most humans, us, you know what I mean? We're not willing to put ourselves through that. Most people give up.
I don't know. I had to learn how to treat somebody else as good as I wanted to treat myself, because growing up, like in our environments where we grew up, I grew up in a household like the only person you know treat good is your mom. My dad was dead, my sister. You in a neighborhood, cutthroat neighborhoods, people killing, all types of stuff. Cops sending people to jail for no reason. You do for yourself before you do for anybody. So, you know, as time went by, I had to learn how to, like, care for somebody as much as I care for myself.
Kids that's, you know, that was raised the same way I was raised, with their hardness.
Okay, and I'll have to rewind that a little bit. On what that, you know, with the guy before that, I'm not sure who that is. I know that's Kendrick Lamar right there, but the dude before him, on what he said, he said you learn how to do for somebody else and all that. I just want to put in there, yeah, that's a product of this oppression we're under, where they strip as much resources out from under you to make you fight each other. You know, they put you in this little cage, take everything away, put one little crumb of food, and kind of almost force you to fight each other. You know, it's a product of this oppression, that mindset. But again, God's word cuts through all that. You know, when it's taught in truth, it cuts through all that deception. And like I said, it shows you what love is. Love is a service to another person. That's what love is. It's not a emotion or a feeling. That is affection. That's how the Bible defines it, is a gentle liking of somebody, you know, or fondness of somebody. That's what the world calls love. But the biblical definition of love is keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, which is treating your brother right, you know, being, you know, not doing hurtful things to another person, you know, caring for another person. So again, that biblical definition of love versus the worldly definition of, hey, it's an emotion. All right. So this Kendrick Lamar here, now he's coming to the truth. So, you know, I'm keeping an eye on him because he's waking up, you know, so but even in here, I really don't think he brings anything, but we'll see.
I would break that down by telling them to think of the most excruciating thing you can feel, you know, as far as a loss. How would that make you feel? Recognize that emotion, you know, prior to you know, even happening. Now, it's a key word in this. It's perspective. Take that same perspective of how you feel to what the next person may or may not be going through. And that's going to bring compassion, and that's going to bring a bond, a connection, a sense of, a feeling of emotion, you know. So, concept all the time, Mom say, put yourself in someone else's shoes. You know, your situation can't be as worse as the next man standing next to you.
Yeah, I'm a real nigga. I'm a real person. Like,
So yeah, so Kendrick Lamar in a not so clear way, because he really not that sure, but he did bring out a little truth. But I'm gonna just tell you now, what you're not gonna hear coming from any of these people's mouths is like the key thing in a relationship is both people being in their role. Okay, the man being in his masculine leadership role, and a woman being in her submissive service role to help support that man, and in doing that, helping to move the whole family forward. You know what I'm saying? And in doing that, helping to move our nation forward. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see what they say here.
you know, but you're doing a lot of bullshit that's really not real. But and the side of that is all of the real shit, like how we grew up, all of the guys told us all of the wrong shit.
You know, I'm talking about like real, like this wisdom that they were giving us, but it was their level of conscience. They knew that street stuff impeccably. This invisible wisdom that you couldn't see in a different space, but they just didn't know if it was like, you know, like a superhero, you know, like their super strength was on 10, but their emotional wisdom was on 0, like 0.
Charlie Mack. All my bad ideas about women, I got from Charlie Mack. He got ideas about everything. And he was like, man, I'm telling you. This how a date gotta go. You take him out, right? You take him out. And the first thing you do is you take him to, a restaurant. You get like an appetizer at one spot. You get the appetizer at one spot, right? Then you go to another spot for the main course. Then you go to another spot for the dessert, right? Like, so you move from one spot to the next. So you take them out, because they ain't never seen no shit like that.
Talk about a little bit like complicated by a black man's historical inability to protect it. Complicated by black man's seeming unwillingness to be able to commit to raising their families.
I hear that I'm self-absorbed, that I think it's always about me. I'm selfish, controlling, all of the shit that we all hear, man. I mean, yeah, fuck.
This thing is constantly teaching me. I mean, in Islam, they say you don't know who you are until you get married. A man does not know himself because you're...
See, and again, it's a lot of confusion there, because see, if the word of God was truly being taught, you see what I'm saying? So they're off, and the other guy, he's saying you're selfish, you're self-absorbed, all this stuff. But again, that word clearly lays out your role as a man and who you're supposed to be, this, that, and the other, and the woman's role. And it's like what this society does, they, at an early age, they screw you up and give you, because sometimes my kids watch these Disney movies, and it's in there. They screw you up at an early age and you have a distorted, upside down idea of what a relationship is. You know what I'm saying? They show the man in the Disney movie or whatever the kid movie is, they show the man is, he got to kiss up and just keep doing stuff for her till he wins her over. And then they show, the princess or whoever just receiving all this stuff he's doing and slowly being won over and all that. And it's just so backwards and so totally upside down and nowhere near what reality is supposed to be. But they give you this distorted perspective, and then you get older and you're watching the sitcoms, the TV shows and the movies, and then you're listening to the rap the R&B songs and all that, and the man's begging and trying to do this stuff to win her over and all this, and then they get in a relationship and it's the disaster, and nobody even got a clue why it didn't work out. Like when the relationship doesn't work out, it's everything but what the facts are that make a relationship work and nobody knows what they are. And of course, because I'm going to say it right now, what makes a relationship work, the man has to be a leader. He has to be leading in accordance to what's in the word. But women are attracted to leadership, okay, to a man who demonstrates leadership, assertive qualities. And a woman has to be submissive. A dude don't like a bunch of daggone drama and mouth running and fighting. A dude will fall head over heels in love with you if you just quiet and you serve him and you don't make his life a nightmare. But what society teaches women is, look, dudes don't like drama, so give him drama if he don't give you what you want, and then he'll just give in to you because men don't like drama. And that'll work for a little while until that dude go cheat on you, or till he just leave you, or until he just turn into a soft, effeminate man that you can't be attracted to. So, but nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the roles. You know what I'm saying? And I'll preface it with this. I didn't watch this thing all the way to the end. Maybe somebody does go in and really hit on the truth, you know, but I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But that is what makes it work. But it's like the brainwashing is so heavy. You know, the men are like what called me that one guy. He said, yeah, men not wanting to take care of their kids. Nah, all the men I talk to, the woman, if the man had stayed up in the house with that loudmouth woman, he would have killed her, or she would have killed him, or she would have called the cops on him, and the cops would have killed somebody, or it just been ugly. One of them would have wound up in jail. So somebody had to leave because there's no order, and the Bible clearly lays out the order. Like, when a woman's quiet and submissive and, you know, like a biblical woman, and she's there to support her family, her husband, and the kids, and the man is a biblical leader according to the word, a real masculine, honest, transparent man of the word, when it's like that, you don't have to worry about throwing love in the equation. It, like everything else, facilitates itself, and the sum is, you know, the total is bigger than, you know, the parts. You know, I know they got a saying for that, but what I'm saying, the two are more powerful, you know, together than, you know, they were when they were apart. It's not like that in today's relationships. It's like the man be doing good and the woman be doing good, then they come together and screw each other's lives up. You know, the woman end up getting an STD, the woman end up screwing up the man's career, and then the dude got paid child support, and then he missed a payment, he get a criminal record. So now this dude worse off than if he had just stayed by it himself. And this is all by design by this society. And the thing that cuts through it is the word of God. It clearly lays out all the roles that everybody's supposed to be in and all that stuff like that. It clearly lays it all out, but it doesn't get taught by these silly money grubbing churches. The truth don't get taught, but I teach it here on my page. I teach it here. You know what I'm saying? I focus on that because that's the big issue. That's what everybody's struggling with. So that's where we need to focus. I mean, I remember when I didn't know this and I was searching for it, and you got a message about every other silly thing out there, but what is eating everybody alive. And the reason why is because don't nobody read, you know, nobody truly seeking the truth. But praise Yah, he showed me the truth, and I'm a get it out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I hope this video was informative to you. Check out some of my other videos. You know, for the most part, my focus is on, you know, relationships. Sometimes I talk about current events, stuff like that. But for the most part, it's about relationships and you getting your mind right as a person. Because basically, once you get your mind right, everything else falls into line. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so check me out on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, Spiritual Combat. If you got questions or you want me to do a video on something, just let me know. Put a comment there, send me a message or something, and have a nice day.